I've got to follow up on a lot of things, check the calendar, check the email, and then we've got the young people that we need to keep a check on. It's a busy day for Khaled Miari. It gets worse, just wait. For the leader of the residents, Khaleds Hus, appointments, meetings and phone calls wait in line. A pace that most people would find stressing, but when you've got ADHD, reality is often different. I work best in chaos, when it's busy and something's happening all the time. But it can be too stressful, even for Khaled. You've got to be kidding me. I got kicked off. I won't bother with this. I get things started, I've got momentum, I'm innovative, I've got many talents, but I'm not structured. I couldn't concentrate. I had a hard time at school. I had problems with my temper, fairly big problems with that. Keeping track of myself and solving conflicts at work as a pedagogue. That would sometimes end in chaos. I'd lose things. I'm very forgetful. The symptoms of ADHD can be very different. We know that ADHD is very much about the brain's ability to regulate, among other things, your energy and your level of attention. And that could be expressed in many different ways. At the residence Khaleds Hus, Khaled Miari and his colleagues help vulnerable young people to a better life and a better future. Streetwise hellos, mopeds being repaired and care and attention, all part of the day at Khaleds Hus, where the work is guided after a clear principle. And that's where there's warmth, there's growth. Growth doesn't refer to material things, but the many young people Khaled has helped to a positive life. Of course, there are more photos, but we'd need the whole house to display them. Khaled knows all about working with personal challenges. Because of his ADHD, his own will and energy isn't always enough. I was late for my own wedding. It's been really bad. An important meeting has been missed. I should have told the family about the meeting today. But when you've got responsibility for others, it's important to use the tools you can. Then we go in and look here, what other meetings do we have? An online calendar and the help of trusted employees are among the methods that have worked for Khaled. I could have sent a message to myself, and I've done that sometimes. It helps me a great deal. When there are many things I've got to do throughout the day, I need to make a list and tick off every time I get something done and get help. I actually have a whiteboard in our kitchen where I write what I've got to do every day. I can make my calendar notify me at 3 tomorrow because I've got to remember to go to the dentist at 4. First and foremost, it's immensely important to understand. It's like you've got to know if you've got a broken leg, you don't go out and play sports, but rest. So it's really important to know when you've got attention difficulties, what's good for you and what can be bad for you. So understanding is really important. And then I typically talk to you about when do you think your attention difficulties are a handicap, slow you down in your everyday life. Because everyone's different, and then we can talk about getting up in the morning. How can it be difficult? It may be difficult in the evening, it can be at school, it may be at work, and so on. Another meeting is added to the calendar, but the many duties don't burden Khaled as long as he's his own boss. My ADHD can be positive. I'm my own master. The residents, the horsepower under the hood and education haven't just fallen into Khaled's lap. This is where I slept. I've actually lived round the railway tracks in a cardboard box. Today it's hard for him to comprehend that 20 years ago he hit the bottom of society right here. This is the worst time of my life really, with drug abuse and such. He needed the help from many people to find his way back to a normal life, and a decisive point was when Khaled was diagnosed with ADHD. You've got to take the hands that you can and seize the opportunities, and you realize that there are some things you can do and some things that you can't do, and think about how you can work with the different things. So you can actually get very far. It was possible for me, so it can also happen for you. I didn't get a damn thing delivered to me. Nothing. I find everything easier. I don't get put off by the challenge today. I'll meet the future with hope instead of fear. I'm more happy for myself and for my surroundings. Khaled's workday is far from over and often goes from early morning to late evening. And when he needs peace and renewed energy, I had to find something that gave me peace. He collects his thoughts here. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be a gardener. You can also find peace by fiddling with a moped or a bike or something, but this is my way.